welcome to the Cat Show. I am here with Rush and Cliff Shirley. They are young entrepreneurs and partners in this game of entrepreneurship. How are you guys today?
Doing great. I'm doing awesome.
Well, you guys look good. Cliff,
Thank you.
I'm so happy to have you back. So you guys are partners. I know that Cliff told me that you guys are working on some things. Do you care to expound and elaborate more on what you guys are working on?
Working on, the real estate, Cliff has his Toro thing that's going on, and then we looking to venture off to something that we can combine and do things together with as well.
Okay, so at the forefront right now, you guys are looking to collaborate with real estate, Airbnbs, things like that. Yeah. So I do know that you have your clothing line, Conspiracy. Mm-hmm. I went through your website, which I'm going to have that in the description box below, so you guys can visit his website because his stuff is pretty dope. As well as you have Cliff Shirley, Don't Skip Me, his apparel as well. So I'm going to be putting that up, as well as having his information in the description box. So what I wanted to know was, why did you name it Conspiracy, and what prompted you to start that line?
Well, I was incarcerated in 2014 for conspiracy, selling drugs or whatever the case may be. I was convicted. Probably had around like 29 co-defendants or something of that nature. Out of the 29, I think it was 5 of us that didn't tell. So from that process, my brother watched me the struggle of, the stress, the struggle of dealing with just different people and learning people, and knowing that I was away for such a time. He started the actual brand in 2016. 2016, he started the actual clothing brand. He just came out with like graphic t-shirts and stuff of that nature, just different art that he was putting together, and just from my pain, he wanted to channel it into something else, to a positive manner, and give me something to come home to, so I can, don't have to resort back to the streets.
Yeah.
So, and that's pretty much where it started from, just, the trials and tribulations going through life.
I think that's pretty dope, because just like what Cliff was telling us earlier about his story and him being incarcerated, and when he came out, how he just got straight to the bag. I really like the fact that you have a support system where you're doing the same thing. Like, you guys are not reverting back to the old ways. You guys are
back
learning.
In there.
Exactly. You're learning from it. So I'm going to ask you the same questions that I did ask Cliff. Okay. How young are we?
Okay. Huh?
How young are we?
How who?
How young? You want me to say how old are you? How young are we?
I'm 30. I'm sorry, I was trying to figure it out.
I know, switch it up real quick.
Yeah, 32? I'm 32.
All right, you're young, so you're young. What's your sign?
Pisces. I'm a Pi Leo.
And Pisces over here, yes.
I got 2 birthdays.
Yeah, you got 2 birthdays. I forgot to tell you.
Are you Caribbean?
I got 2 birthdays.
All right, so what's the birthday that you actually celebrate? All right, what's the first one?
February 23rd.
February
23rd. And then the second one is August 5th.
All right, so what? That's a big gap. That is a really big gap. Are you single?
Yeah, I'm single.
Complicated? Yeah. Okay. Single, kids, no kids?
No kids.
All right, so for the ladies, he is 32, single, no kids, but here's the kicker. He has 2 birthdays, so if you're willing to buy 2 birthday gifts, one in February, one in August,
you had to say it.
Try to remember, you might forget that. And if you guys want to throw anniversaries into the mix, I feel sorry for you. Get a calendar. So, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
You're 5'8", okay.
Yeah.
Cliff, how tall are you, Cliff?
5'11".
5'10"?
I'm 5'11". You want? Why you want to be 5'10" so bad?
It's right. You 5'10", man.
He's about 5'10".
5'9". So y'all both in your 30s, ladies. They both in their 30s. They both single. One has one child who is grown, adolescent. She's about to have her own place very soon. She's very grown. And the other guy has no kids. So if you are looking for a guy with 2 birthdays and a Capricorn, a El Diablo, please, I'll make sure that I'll have all that information there. So, you know, I got to get some gear, right? Because I already pressed Cliff for some Don't Skip Me gear. So,
yeah, we definitely got some, you know, some select women style stuff too. So, and a lot of our sweatsuits too are unisex. So,
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna screenshot you the things I want, because I seen some shorts. You had like a model who had these shorts with the band with the CNSY.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. I like the cotton shorts with the white zippers.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm feeling that.
Yep,
and Mr. Cliff, you already know.
Yes.
I want Don't Skip Me Out everywhere.
Yeah.
I got it.
Don't you ever skip me.
Don't skip my boy. You hear me?
So I want to ask you guys some questions about relationships, because of course, you know, it is Valentine's Day. All 3 of us on here are single in our 30s. So from a male perspective, do you think that a woman is supposed to chase a man? What do y'all think? Y'all like being chased?
Not really. I mean, it depends. I feel like it's based on whether or not you want to pursue that person. I don't think that a gender role should play. If I'm into this person, then, you know, I'm gonna pursue it until I feel like, okay, if it's not going anywhere, then okay, I'll fall back. I've been pursued as well, so I get both. I get both.
You were pursued.
It's fine. I was cool with that.
Okay.
I like a woman who knows what she wants. So
all right, Pisces, Leo, Cliff. You like being pursued? You like being chased? You a runner? You a track star?
Yes. I mean, I give the same. I mean, I go off his vibe, the same thing he's saying. I feel the same way. Also,
you like being chased?
I wouldn't say chase, but I won't give nobody time like to chase. Nah, if it ain't there, if it ain't there, if it's there, then it's there.
Feel you. So like if somebody is like, you know, actively pursuing you, like they taking flights, they coming to see you, they checking on you, I call that a chase. So you like being chased? Or you like playing tag?
Yeah. I don't like playing tag, but you know, I like somebody. I like that's like another avenue of security. Like that's showing security to me. So
what? Somebody coming to you, showing effort?
Yeah, showing effort, showing me that they care. So.
Or you want somebody to come get you?
Nah, they not get me, showing effort like they care, like, you know.
Well,
I like the tag aspect. I like, you know.
Yeah, I like
because I'm gonna reciprocate the energy. So you know,
I like that. I like that word for the win. Reciprocation for the win.
Yeah, for sure.
So, do you feel like, in you guys' dating experience, do you feel that less attractive women treat you guys better than someone that you would deem like an 8 to a 10?
I don't think so. I think it's all based on the person. Sometimes
we're going purely off looks. We're going purely off looks because that's the first thing. Because Cliff said that before. It's about the vibe. But before you even get to the vibe, visually, you have to be attractive before you even say, okay, I want to get to open up that book and I want to read it.
Right.
So, do you find that physically attractive women treat y'all better than or less than non-physical attractive women?
I can honestly say that to me, I only dealt with people who were physically attractive to me.
Okay.
So that's the only experience I'm dealing with. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's in the eye of the beholder. So exactly. I've only dealt with a person who was physically attractive to me. So,
what about you, Cliff?
Both. I mean, I didn't got aspects of both, but the ones that wasn't so attracted towards them, they was the nicest one. They weren't ugly in the
They weren't ugly. Go ahead.
I will say this though. once that is pursuing you, she's gonna go all out for you.
That's true.
Because she is really into you, as opposed to the one that you chasing. She might be into some other guy that she chasing. Mm-hmm. So that can definitely be like the layout of it as well.
Also, fellas, if you want a woman to continue to actively pursue you, you do have to reciprocate the energy. That is what Rush said. He spoke about it already. Reciprocal energy. If a female is seeing that it's, they showing you, they feeling you, but they not getting that same energy, if they go their own separate way, rightfully so, because you're not showing up. You're not showing up for the action. So, all right, so we're talking about physical beauty. What do you guys rate yourself?
I don't even do that.
Physically, scale of 1 to 10. I don't
even do that.
What would you rate yourself? That's nice. I'm happy you said that. That's a typical Pisces response. I said that too. And then until I say, you know what? I'm gonna play. I'm gonna rate myself. Cliff, what do you rate yourself?
To the highest.
All right, to the highest.
I ain't go down.
1 to 10. He says to the highest. Obviously, that's an infinite number. Infinite number never ends. So, is that the height you talking about? I'll be your huckleberry. I'll be that. I'm from New York, but I can get real south for you real quick. Say it one more again. I will. I will.
You better say it. Yeah, I'm loving that.
So, Rush, what's your rate? 1 to 10.
I'm gonna go with an 8 because there's always room for improvement.
There we go.
I'll go with an
8. There we go. Personally, I give myself like a 5 to a 6.
Yeah, I definitely, I'm gonna keep working at it. That's to give
exactly,
yourself a try for.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to be humble.
Right.
There's always room for improvement. I'm not perfect.
Right.
No one's perfect, so I could be a 10 to someone else and a 4 to another person.
Exactly.
So, I give myself in the middle. I'm gonna be modest, and that's that.
Right.
Other than that, perfection is an illusion.
Yeah, it's room for improvement.
You know, he want to be perfect, right? He want to get everything right. He just want to do everything right. He want to be on top of everything.
He's just a politically correct one, huh?
Yeah, like he just want to let me know if I'm doing something wrong. Just let me know. You listen, it's okay. Those errors is who make you who you are.
Yeah.
It shows wonderful character. So, what is you guys' definition of a feminine woman? Because we hear a lot of talk about femininity. Women nowadays are too masculine, yada, yada, yada. What is your definition in this modern day and age where we don't have to milk cows for our milk and, we don't have to, grow our own foods necessarily because everything is readily available to us? What do you guys consider a feminine woman? What is your definition of that?
I would say someone who just soft. And that's, I think a woman is based on her femininity, is the things that she had to put up with, or the things that she's protecting herself from. So if she is able, if you provide a security blanket for her where she doesn't have to be hardcore or whatever the case may be, when she's around you, she can be soft. She can live in her femininity. I think that's the part that counts.
Cliff, what about
as far
you?
As that goes.
I feel similar to the same, but I think a lot of women, for me, a lot of women masculine energy they get their masculine on from their previous relationship, but when you get them to that point where they could open up, they'll be feminine, they'll be soft.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I'm at with it. I mean, all of them put up a hardship from their past history, and they put it on their shoulders, and they react in certain ways. But if you could get a woman there, it'd be soft. I mean, feminine again. Yeah,
you're gonna see a submissive side of her.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm so happy that you guys can identify that, because you see how you guys are speaking about vibes and energy. That's exactly what male and feminine sides are. It's like dark side, your shadow side, and your light side. It's basically like yin and yang. That's what it is. So it's like there's guys who tap into their feminine energy as well. But people don't understand that feminine energy cannot live in chaos. Only energy that can live in chaos is masculine energy, because it's just that grit to endure, get through it, whatever the trial tribulation is. You know that in order to sustain, you have to be rough, tough, rugged, and you can't let no one break you down. Feminine energy can only thrive in comfortability. So fellas, if you want your woman to be feminine, please make sure that you be of comfort. And it's amazing that you guys, you young gentlemen, know that, to be of comfort. So that's good. So do you guys prefer intermittent companionship?
Into what?
Yeah, I know, right? That's a new thing. It's a lot of new things. So, all right. So you know how you have intermittent fasting?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means you go long periods, hours without eating, and then you eat, and then you do it again, right? So do you believe in intermittent companionship, where you can go long times without seeing a person, but when you guys are with them, y'all can do the relationship stuff, you got the benefits of you got someone to do something with right now, sex, this, that, and the other, but then after that you go...
It's like a reset?
I mean, if you want to look at it like that, it's like intermittent fasting. You know, you guys see each other when you guys want companionship, and then, you know, y'all get back to your lives. Everybody go home.
I like it though. I never knew
that sounds exciting.
Yeah. So it's like, never put in that category as a topic like that, but yeah, okay. I kind of.
How about you?
I think, I guess I could be with it. I just don't like the relationship aspect of it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really the one for relationships. I don't like the control aspect or anything, but like you said, the vibe when you link with somebody and then you do this, that, and the third with them. I guess I like to be single, but I like to do relationship stuff. Not about myself. So.
Okay, so
when I'm with that person, I'm kind of like all about that person for the time that we are together, and then when we go back to our lives, and it just is what it is. But, you know, when we link up, it's everything. So pretty much what you was explaining.
Oh, I did ask Cliff earlier how he feels about marriage. Is that something that he wants for his future? He said yes, but I never asked you. But also hearing you guys' response about intermittent companionship, it sounds like marriage is not ideal for Mr. Cliff. So how do you feel?
Marriage make it though.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, you're gonna get married and tell them, hey, do me a favor, can you just go back to your other apartment? This was fun. I know we're married. Just please, like,
I'm gonna tell them to go on the other side of the house.
Yeah, you know what? That works. I do believe in getting 2-3 bedrooms. I do believe in spouses having separate bedrooms. I do believe in that. And I do believe in spouses having separate bathrooms.
Right.
I like that. So, Rush, how do you feel about marriage? Is that something you want to?
Yeah, eventually, yeah, definitely. As long as I think before I will ever attempt to get married, I think we got to have an understanding. There's only one way in. There's no way out.
Well, you too.
Yeah.
You another person. I'm not divorcing you. We're going to unalive each other. What's up?
This is it. So I look at it more, not as, and I feel like females look at it from a point of feeling. Every day they base their emotions off of feeling, as opposed to a man. It's like, when I commit to something, I'm doing this because this is what I choose to do. So whether you feeling happy or I'm upset with you, sad or indifferent, mad or whatever the case may be, I'm still putting this relationship first, regardless of how I may feel about how you treating me at this moment.
Yeah, that's
deep. We can have a bad year, and we're gonna figure it out. We got to be able to come back and figure it out. It's not, oh, we had a bad year, so now it's I should just move on. Like, nah, that's not how I want to operate my relationship. If I'm gonna be with this person, if I'm committed to this person, then this is what I want it to be. I want it to be us for the rest of until we going into them graves, like that graveyard together. That's how I look at it.
That's powerful that you get that, because us as women, we need to understand that if a man is saying that he loves you and he wants to be with you, you have to understand that that's a choice. He is choosing to love you. He is choosing to be with you. He does not have to choose to be with you. So that means that he's choosing to love you when you're lovable, and also choosing to love you when you're not that lovable.
Exactly.
So if he's saying, I'm gonna take it to the end, that means that he's also coming from a logical place, and he's also looking at you like a partner, because marriage and relationship, they're basically business deals. There you go.
For sure.
And a divorce is a business deal gone bad. Same way you divorce a partner with business, same concept. What's up, Cliff? You want to say something? You want to say something, Cliff?
I look at it as a contract, marriage as a contract, but I look at it like what we need to sit down and what we go expect from each other on the build up.
You know what? I'm happy you brought up contracts then. So let's talk about this. How you feel about prenups? I
ain't tripping.
I like prenups. I mean, for those that don't understand what a prenup is like an addendum or affidavit to an already standing contract. So your marriage license is a contract. You guys are agreeing death do you part, sickness and health, yada yada yada. But your prenup is going a little bit further, just saying, okay, listen, if by any chance we don't work out, this is what I agree to do for you. This is what I agree to give you, because I want us to be sensible adults and communicate with this and do this strategically. But moving forward, I promise to be this kind of individual for you. You can go a little bit more in depth so there's a better understanding. I believe in prenups. How about you, Rush?
I don't believe in divorce, so we in it. We in it to the end. So,
that's nice.
I do understand the concept of prenups, and I do. If it was ever to come to that point where I'm marrying someone who is of more significance or a guy a lot more than what I bring to the table, or vice versa, then yeah, I can totally agree. Hey, well, maybe we should get a prenup. You leave with what you come in with, and whatever we acquire while we're together, it should be a nice split.
I mean, even if that person doesn't have more than what you have, I feel that you guys should always do a prenup, because you also have to remember that the laws are made by other men to guide how other men are going to live, but it's actually made by other rich men. So, and they're actually more so in the favor of the woman. So with that being said, I understand that you guys are taking it to the end. But of course, we all know that technically a person does not need to agree to divorce you. As long as you can get them served with the divorce papers, once that person puts it in the system, now you on a court time. The court is not going to play around. So they're going to make sure you get served, and they're going to, let the divorce play out. So just in case, like you said, women being emotional, however she may feel at that time, you're not paying attention to her for a couple of months, or you're not making her feel like how she used to feel in the beginning. Just in case she's getting a little bit emotional and she wants to throw around that word. And FYI, y'all should never throw around that word if you guys really don't want to leave each other. But, still, to cover you.
I think they need to change those laws as well, too.
Well, you need to speak to the men, because a lot of men on podcasts bashing women as if they created them.
Yeah, I think those laws was made for women back when they wasn't allowed to work and things of that nature. Now it's a whole different livelihood. Everybody works. So.
Right, you got a point with that. And speaking of that, speaking of those laws being made when women were not allowed to work, how do you guys feel about all of these male podcasts, the manospheres? Andrew Tate, I love Andrew Tate. Kevin Samuels, I love Kevin Samuels. Shout out Team Pisces. He's also a Pisces. We don't take no shit. We say what the hell we want to say, and that's just us. It don't matter if you're male or female. How do you guys feel about these podcasters that are coming behind people like Kevin Samuels and Andrew Tate, and more so women bashing? And what I'm finding is it's not like they're bashing every woman. I feel like it's more so directed and targeted towards Black women. So how do you guys feel about these podcasts literally disrespecting y'all women?
I don't like. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, that was a deep breath. That wasn't. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the good aspect too. I mean, what he's saying is true, but it go both ways. So I mean, he just take it. I believe it's their world and how they see it. So I don't have to agree with it, but I just listen to it. But you could take some good and some bad out of it. You know what I mean? It's something to look into if you want to be open minded to looking at what he's saying.
We do have to be open minded on both ends, the men and the women. How do you feel, Rush?
I feel as though somewhat of the same thing. Cliff saying that what you take what you can take out of it. So if it's some good into it, where you can, okay, well maybe he was right about this, and you can apply that to your life. And some of the bad, then kind of shrug it off. I don't like the black female women bashing thing. I don't really get into all of that. I definitely don't approve of some of the things that they say. Some of the things that they say I might do. Okay, well they got a point here, you take it in stride.
Take it with a grain of salt. I mean,
yeah, would apply,
Exactly.
If it,
Oh, okay, Johnny Cochran. Okay, got it. What's up, Cliff?
Well, I mean,
what he said. What he said. I mean, I do agree with what you guys are saying. I'm definitely open to it, hearing from the male perspective, but it's just been really, really crazy. Like, I feel like even with the passport bros, right? This whole movement, it's a lot of dudes getting in trouble for this. That's one. Because
like you standing up for women point of view.
Actually, no, I'm standing up for both sides, because some of them men who are holding up them passports, I mean, it's understandable why they would go over there. I mean, good luck to them.
Not for that. With the podcast aspect for it, like.
It's interesting. I feel like it's definitely pushing an agenda. And on top of that, with that agenda that's being pushed, it is allowing for more views. But also I'm seeing that a lot of guys, they agree with certain things to a certain extent, but they don't agree with the bashing of Black women. And you guys, I mean, like, a lot of men need to understand, like, Black women have been at the forefront every single time when it comes down to standing up for Black men. If we want to take it back, we're talking about laws from back in the day, the biggest people who were the civil rights activists were women. Even Martin Luther King stated that. As far as Black Panthers, the most people in Black Panthers, 65 to 75% women. Who introduced slavery to the Europeans? Are Black men in Africa. Who sold their brothers and sisters to the Europeans? Are Black men. And on top of that, what army fought against that? The women of Benin. An army of women fought for a male king. So what's happening is, I feel that because of the fact that Black women are starting to pause and say, wait, hold up. Let me look before I defend. Oh, you choosing Becky? Oh, you choosing Karen? Oh, you choosing Sharika or whoever, like, you know, from Costa Rica? No problem. So let her defend you. Let her defend you. Now it's like, I feel like Black women are starting to look before they defend when it comes down to their Black men. And I feel like what's happening is Black men are starting to get disturbed by it, because I find that every step of the way, Black women are either bashed for their beauty, how they wear their hair, how they do this, how they do that. Like, for instance, now Black women are being bashed for wearing their bonnets and their headscarves outside, when they don't realize that back in the day in slavery, that white men actually liked how our hair looked, and because of the fact that it offended white people, they wanted us to wear scarves, and they started doing it in such an eccentric way that it made them look more sexy and alluring to white men. Case in point, this is where the scarves come about. You get what I mean? So it's like, when we really start backtracking into history, it's like, man, as Black women, the stuff that we are bashed about, it really isn't fair. But it's like, you have more Black women that's just standing up and saying, like, whatever. Go be a passport bro. Go get with who you want to get with.
You know what? And to that point, I feel as though that was all created by design. I feel like at some point, the crack era and all of that, it's designed for to take the black male out of the house to make the woman feel more independent. And I think that's the disconnect between black males and black females. I feel like we all need each other. If I'm ever going to get in a relationship and get married, it's going to be to a black woman. I want to raise my family in a black household, in a black community. I want them to see other black successful people around us too. I want to know how powerful a black couple can be.
Yeah,
can become. So I think that's powerful in itself. With just we gotta be there for each other, and I think it's their plan. Their initial plan is working. We're seeing the end result of it, of backlash of the separation of black males and black females. I think we're starting to see that. Yeah.
Cliff, you have something to say?
Nah, he summed it up.
Yeah, he summed it up. No, but I do agree with you, because it's been it's definitely it's been like a power play from the beginning. Okay, there we go. All right, Cliff. No, it's right. You handling business. I appreciate you being on, because you didn't have to get back on, but you made time for it. So I wanted to thank you guys for being on the Cat Show. And Cliff, I appreciate all your input. You have been a team player. You are for the win. Classic. You are top tier. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right, so make sure you guys look out for Don't Skip Me gear, as well as Conspiracy.